So Notion has just released the new status property. I've been working with it in my homework setting and it's fantastic, okay? Allowing us to filter by these new statuses, allowing us to group by the statuses, and us to just build that clarity over where we are with our homework tracking and how and the work that we need to do and what the students need to do. So let's jump into Notion right now and I'll show you exactly what I've been doing. All right, so here we are looking at my homework tracker, okay? And I've just created this new homework status. So let's jump in and I'll show you where we find that. Well, if we want to create a new property down here, we can jump in and there it is. It's available to us, this status property. We can display it as a checkbox or a select. I've been going for select, okay, because I only want to select those properties. And when we look in here, we see that there's three sort of headline properties: is to do, in progress, and complete, okay? So something that's not yet started, something that's currently happening, and something that's complete. And isn't that perfect for homeworks, you know, as we're tracking our homeworks? But within each of those, there's obviously, it breaks down into like smaller steps or smaller stages. And we would, as teachers, we would want to be able to track that with our homeworks. So I have gone in and there is a default property. There's a default status, and you have to set that. And obviously with most projects, the default will be not started because probably most actions on a project haven't yet started. And therefore that would be the one that you'd set as default, but it is possible to change that. So we can go in there and change either in progress or done, or any other property we might create in this status property, any other status we might create in this property. We can change that to become the default, and I could say, right, I want done to be the default property, and then that Notion will change all that property to be done. All right, but here, let me show you what I've done. So I'm going to delete that one because I've already created my new property for homeworks. I'll zoom back over here because I've put it right over the left-hand side of this. So I have created, it's a six-step process for any given piece of homework, okay? So typically I would have, as a maths teacher, I'll be setting some questions for homework. So step one, and it's only once I've done this step that I change the status, okay? So step one is questions planned for that homework, okay? Step two would be to set it in the virtual learning environment that you use. We use Firefly, so I've called it set in Firefly. Then within in progress, once the sheets are issued and the students are doing the homework, then we're on that in progress stage, step 3. And then step 4, collected in, me to mark it. Step 5, we've marked the scores in Firefly. And step 6, the class, we've fed back to the class and the class have reflected on the homework. And really once we're at step 6, that is that prep or homework complete, okay? And then if I'm viewing all of the homeworks that I haven't yet set this year for whatever reason, well, we can apply lots of filters to this using this status. So let's jump down here and set a bunch of these statuses. Don't want to edit the property. Let's set a bunch of these. Okay. And we can now, like any other property in Notion, we can set filters according to that status. Let's jump up. We want to filter by homework status. Okay, so let's pick all the homeworks that are yet to do. Or we can go in there and pick just the questions planned or just the ones that have been set in Firefly. We can view all the questions that are in progress, or we can view all the ones that are collected in, or the ones that where we've fed back. So really, that is super useful as well, just to be able to filter by everything that's complete or break it down even into the smaller steps. That's pretty useful. And then another thing we do enjoy doing using our Notion is by grouping. So we would be able to group in this view, be able to group according to homework status. And there I can now see all the homeworks where the questions are planned, all the homeworks which have been set in Firefly, all the homeworks which have been, the sheets have been issued, and so on through those different statuses. Nice view of this grouping which came out earlier this year, really useful. Okay, so there is the fantastic new status property. Notion just adding more features, which help us build clarity and transparency over where we are with all the work we've got to do, helping us manage our workload and reduce that stress that comes with all the things we've got to manage as teachers. Thank you very much, Notion, and thank you to you for watching every single week. Please remember to hit subscribe and the bell icon. You'll be notified when I'm dropping new videos every single week, and I'll see you again next week. Thanks a lot.